of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Messiah absent. Schneider.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Wilson. Zukasar.
Here.
Zukas W.
Here.
Motion we excuse the absence of John.
Messiah absent. Schneider.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson. Zukasar.
Yes.
Zukas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
All right, non-agenda items from sidelines. We have Mr. Mike Manchek here from Boomer's Tavern. He would like to discuss closing Boardman Road from Main to Alley to have car wash on Saturday of Duck Days, noon to 5 in the afternoon, with all profits going to Duck Days for next year's fireworks show. Mike, would you like to speak?
Yes. Last 4 years I've been trying to stimulate people to come back into the center of town. It seems like on Duck Days everything is on the north end or the south end. So I've had a little brainstorm, and I'd like to run it by you and see if I can get some input, maybe get some help with it. What I want to do is I want to close Boardman Road from Main Street to a little ways past the alley, and I'd like to have a car wash. And from all the profits from this car wash, it would go back to the city or to the festival committee for next year's fireworks. And I'll take care of everything. I'll supply the water, the machines, the people to wash the cars and everything. The city doesn't have to do anything. The festival board doesn't have to do anything. Basically what I'm trying to do is just trying to bring some people for my business, Boomer's Tavern, and also Sage Creek Winery.
Is that the same
just
day we're
to
closing?
bring the people to the center of town. And that's basically it. I'm requesting from noon till 5. It might not go that long.
Which day is that one?
It would be on the Saturday of Duck Days.
Now, we got to take into consideration, we will also be closing Potter Street. What time, that same Saturday? What times are we closing Potter Street?
We must close down at
10 till 3. We'll also have this, so to route traffic around that, we're gonna have to go 2 streets down and over
Yes.
and back up, and so we'll just have to keep that in mind.
I'll be able to supply the barricades if needed, signage.
I think we got barricades, right? Chief? We got plenty of barricades.
There are barricades.
Yeah.
Well, anything that can be supplied, I'll definitely.
We can close a detour sign or something too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely need one of those if we close down the primary. I mean, it's not a secondary road like Potter, so it's a primary major street that we will be closing for them. You will be happy to know that they will be having a barbecue and some things going on that same day, as well as Grace Engineering is going to be putting a bow, the ability for people to come in and shoot bows in their parking lot.
Very good.
During festival days, because Eric Schneider talked to
That's
Grace.
what I love to see. I wanted to see people back into the center of town.
So, yeah, there's going to be a lot going on in the center of town this year, especially if the board chooses to approve your car wash idea.
And I'm also opening a kitchen. I hope to have it open by then. So I'll also have food available for the people. And also another thing that I would like to do is on my property there. I have almost an acre of property there. And I'd like to, if it's okay with the board also, I'd like to invite people, if they want to bring their wares up and put it like a little flea market on my property for free, just to bring people into town.
You could probably get one of those farmers market things that we did made available if we.
Those are just 2 permits, so.
Yeah, there's only 2 in the whole city.
Right.
So, I mean, have we had anybody, does Mom have one this year? Did she
Not
apply
this
at the
year.
beginning of the year? She didn't apply.
Well, I'd like to take advantage
So
of that.
nobody asked the board for one of those.
And like I said, I'd make it available to them for free, just to make a flea market type of atmosphere do a car wash, and people can go across the street, go to the flea market, have some food, stop at Sage Creek, and supply to the businesses in town.
Does anybody have any questions?
What day do you want to sign?
It would be on Saturday, I think that's the 4th of August.
Or third?
Or is it the 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd of August. 4th.
The only thing you had mentioned this to me before, and I said, you know, you should, any property owner that is adjacent that it might impact, you might ought to get.
There won't be anybody,
them to
it'll be
say, okay.
Sage Creek and myself.
That's it?
There-
There-
Yeah, if it's just up to the alley, and that's all I needed, is up to the alley. And the reason I need it closed there is because I don't have any concrete or asphalt on my property
Right.
to have a car wash, and you can't do it in the mud.
And Sage Creek is on board?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, I talked to Jim and Sherry both, and they said it was a good idea. And it really, it wouldn't even impact them either, because the parking would be on Main Street for them,
Right.
and it would be available. So basically, it's just my business
Right.
that would be impacting if we take it up to
To the
the alley. Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions?
The only question I have is if we're blocking off the road, how are people gonna get there and get the car washed?
They will come off of Main Street, and then they will be rerouted down through the alley after they're done. And then there's the parking lot right adjacent to where they'll be doing their car wash. They can park there and walk across the street because the road will be shut off, so there won't be any danger of a crosswalk there.
All right, guys, anybody want to make a motion one way or the other?
I'll make a motion to allow it, as long as, you know, all the paperwork's done.
I'll support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Assign absent.
Good luck, I hope it's a success.
Thank you very much.
I hope it is too.
I appreciate it.
So now, what about it?
Mike, you going next door?
Yeah, I might, for a minute.
All right.
Pass out free beer.
Moving on, comments from city administration. Donna? Water bills are due next week, right?
On 31st?
Yep.
No, I'm sure, sir.
And the auditors are here. Everyone, the auditors are here, and the water bills are due by 31st. Chief?
I just have an invoice, something we budget for, I pay every year for our training at the police academy,
How much is it?
$345.
Can I get a motion to approve the police academy expense for $345?
Is that a training?
Yes.
Yes.
It's in the budget.
I'll make a motion to spend $345 for training, out of the training budget.
I'll support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Assign absent. Schneider,
Yes.
Anything else? Chief?
No.
Nothing? Okay. Bart?
I just believe I have 3 items or 4 items on the
On the
agenda.
agenda? All right, ready to move on? Adoption or amendment of the agenda?
I'd like to make one change on unfinished business, draw a line through that gas station to assess. And with that change, I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Assign absent. Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes. All right, hopefully you all had a chance to go over the regular meeting minutes of July 2nd, 2013, and the special meeting minutes of July 9th, 2013. If there's no questions or changes, I'd entertain a motion to accept those and place on file.
So moved.
Support.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Assign absent. Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
All right. Can I get a motion to accept communication?
Support.
Lukasw.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Assign absent. Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar.
Our only communications from the Chamber of Commerce, dear Mayor Weaver and Memphis council members, Chamber of Commerce requests use of gazebo at Musial Park on Friday, August 2nd for Memphis Festival Days. That is, a band is going to play down at the park. So can I get a motion to allow that?
I'll make a motion to allow the Chamber of Commerce to use the gazebo down in the park on Friday, August the 2nd, and during Memphis Festival Days for a band.
Support.
Davis,
Yes.
Singh, absent Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucasar,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Unfinished business, there was none. New business, water and sewer, invoice from Lane Christian Company. We've got two of these invoices here, we're doing, looks like one at a time. The first one is for $465 for technical service and labor, time travel from the site, and labor for Steve Lavoy, troubleshooting well number 2.
Yeah, and that's what led to, ultimately, we had to pull it.
Okay.
The second one, for 940, originally, they wanted 2112, I think it was. And, that had to do with the arsenic plant, they needed some gauges they had for a year or more, and they finally got it back to me, but
All right, can I get a motion to pay the first one for $465?
I'll make that motion.
and this is coming out. It's
Last
out
year's budget.
yeah.
Singh, absent Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson, Lucasar,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
The next one is also from Lane Christian Service for $940.
And that was for the arsenic plant.
Okay.
Anyways, I got them down to 940 after they invoiced us.
After the invoice is $2,112.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Well, they, one gauge was under warranty and
Oh, okay.
they forgot.
Imagine that. All right, well, can I get a motion for the second one for $940?
Make a motion to pay Lane Christensen $941.
I'll support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yep.
Wilson, Lucasar,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Singh, absent.
And the next one is an invoice from Tri-County VAT Service for 3 hours labor of jet rotting a sanitary line problem South Bell River Road.
Actually, that's Potter, west of Belver Road.
Okay, Potter west of Bell River Road. Anybody have any questions on that one? Not entertain a
It's a
motion?
nighttime emergency.
Got you out of bed on vacation? Nice. Can I get a motion to pay that?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson, Lucasar,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Singh, absent Schneider.
Yes. The next is our typical terms of engagement for Stuart, Bouvet, and Whipple. It is our accountants and auditors. So we do this every year. They're already here working on this, right? We're a little behind on this.
They saved a stamp.
That's fine.
Yeah, they brought it in as they came in to audit us. So,
I'll make a motion that we approve this, this is what they're going to do, right?
that's what they're doing now.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucasar,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Singh, absent Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes. Next is DPW with regards to the salt bin bids. Actually, not just bids, but I guess we need to decide where we're putting it.
Right. You want me to just touch on that?
Yes, please, Bart.
To put this to rest, I would like to have it over to the property that Louis Grace was donating. And hopefully the pole barn will come through at a later date, but to keep postponing this, I'm afraid the cost is just gonna go up. So hoping that things work out on that pole barn, it rather takes a year or two, but I don't wanna wait a year or two for a salt bin.
I agree with you, Mark, this is going on too long, I think we got to solve it, and go to the west, and
Would you like to make that motion?
I'll make a motion that we go on the donate property of Grace Engineering, which is directly across from the.
Support.
second that motion.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Science, absent Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
So,
The direct.
through that, we also have a pile of bids here. Who would you recommend on the bids?
The lowest price there,
Number 5?
number 5, yes.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion to accept bid number 5 for the,
Can I just say a little bit, probably the bids are the lowest 1,700, and higher 38,000. So I'll make a motion that we give a bid for salt and,
Support.
Lukasw,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Science, absent Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
yes?
Wilson,
yes.
Lukasar.
Yes.
I'd just like to make another comment that, let's move this,
As quickly as possible.
Yeah.
ASAP and then.
Tomorrow I'll be meeting with Lou Grace, getting an agreement with him, and our attorney had offered to do the legal work for free on this. I talked to him today. He's more than happy to get an agreement so we can start doing a survey, demolition on site that the businessmen have offered to help carry the cost of. So I think it'd be easiest if we just let them contract the service for the city, so we don't have to move money here, move it there, and everywhere else. So I'm going to talk to Mark right after this meeting. We'll discuss how we can get this moving forward. I'll meet with Lou tomorrow, get exactly what we agreed to, scribble down on paper, send it off to the attorney, and get his ideas. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to throw a wrench in the works, but we're talking about getting the property measured, right?
Right.
That,
We've got to
you
get
don't
a
think that should
survey
be done
to
through the
split.
city?
It should.
I think so, yeah.
We've done, according to Larry, we've done it both ways in the past.
Oh, we have?
We have.
On our own property then?
Well, you know, and,
No,
and,
not-
and we
not
have,
property.
we have economic development gentleman here too, to probably give us a little insight on this. Can we have them do the survey for us, independent of the city, and use it for our split?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, shouldn't be a problem. So I'll get in touch with, sit down with you afterward and talk to you and the businessmen about moving forward with the removal of the buildings that's there and getting the site prepped, and then we can get Mel moving, I mean, the person we just awarded the salting project to, moving forward and getting it built. I did talk to the state today also though, and they will give us as much time as we need because we've been proactive. So.
Okay, let's get it done.
All right, next is advisory committee. They had a meeting and they have a few things on their meeting that they wanted to discuss. Let's see here.
Mr. Mayor, if I could?
Yes, sir.
Marty, I was wondering, I know that we talked before about a charge for doing it online.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned you possibly would set up a PayPal account. Did you still think that a $2 or $3 charge would be fine, or did you think it should just be free to do it online, or?
Yeah, no
I don't want
passion
to,
either way. I mean,
I don't want to
Yeah.
discourage people from getting burn permits, but I just
Right.
think that if they're gonna come in and, you know, use our time up in the office, we need a nominal charge.
Let me tell you what I was thinking overall for all fees that are charged by departments. We should do that once a year, approve it with budget, have the department head bring in the fees that they want to charge for whatever, because it's part of their budget. It's income expense, that's their budget. I think each department head should bring in, if they have fees that they want associated with their budget, and let us approve them all once, only once a year, and not go through causing trouble for people thinking we're going to talk about a $3 fee. You know, it's crazy that I've had 5 people approach me and, why are you going to charge $3? I mean, if we do it once a year, don't change our fees throughout the year, and do it with our budget. I think that's the best way to handle our fees, all in a lump sum, and that would mean that there would be no fees for burn unless they decide to next fiscal year, which would be a year from now, and it would be a department head decision. How do you guys feel about that?
Sounds fair.
The other thing I'd like to state, and I had calls on this too, they thought that burn permit fee was within the local Memphis proper. It's not, it's actually the townships and so on that come in. So just to clarify that, it's not the local residents that are applying in. We have a burn season twice a year,
Right.
and that's when they're allowed to do it. So there's no fee locally, and I just hope that they all understand that.
But like I said, I mean, if we approach all our fees at once and do it on a department level and bring it to council for approval during budget, it keeps all this confusion over small things like this away from all of us that don't have time for it. It's in my mind, it's us getting into the management of the department, which we don't do. As a city council, we make rules and ordinances, and the department head manages his department, and we rely on him to do that. And through that, we shouldn't be worrying about petty little fees, in my mind. Everybody agree? That would mean we would put this whole issue aside. Nothing's going to happen until next fiscal year anyway,
If it happens.
if it happens at all. Does that sound good?
It sounds good to me.
All right, thank you. All right, advisory said, property issue, no action. That's on the vacant properties that we had talked about. And those prices doubled already anyway.
Yeah.
Burn permits, that's irrelevant at this point. Fireworks, they recommend restrict consumer fireworks, 8 a.m. to 12 midnight, 3-day period surrounding the holidays, except New Year's Eve, which would be 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. Wow. All other days should be covered by noise ordinance title chapter, which limits noise in the streets 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
That is for 15 days of the year.
Okay. And the rest of it is just no fireworks?
That's five holidays.
Okay.
That's how we were reading it anyway.
And currently, are fireworks allowed in their ordinance? Or we would have to make this a new ordinance?
I think we'll have to make an ordinance now, because I think in the past we didn't have to have an ordinance because they were illegal statewide.
Okay.
So now we'll have to have a fireworks ordinance, a separate sheet in there.
Well, I guess we'll have to continue to get information from other towns and how they're doing their fireworks ordinance.
I've got about 5 of them now, so
Okay.
that should be plenty.
All right, well,
We'll just have to draw one up.
then whichever
and,
one we draw up, I guess,
Right.
propose one to the council and we'll be good to look it over and make our
All
decision.
you do is just put what we've got in it so far, right there, the 5 days that
All right,
it is, and any other time they call the police.
It'll be in your next packet.
Right.
all right,
Yeah, put them in our
fantastic.
packet so we can kind of look
Yeah.
at it, if you would, if you wouldn't mind, and then we'll.
All right, moving on. Other new business from the mayor. I have with us tonight, Dan Casey is here from Economic Development of St. Clair County. He was gracious enough to come out and take a look at our riverfront and projects that we're looking at. And he and his department have offered to help us out in obtaining grants and other things that he has the ability to do, as well as encourage, if there is a local businessman who is going to be locating in St. Clair County, I put him in touch with a gentleman who's about to build a factory north of town, and he's been more than gracious to reach out to him and offer to help him in some planning and issues that he's confronted. So he's going to be a good resource for this council. I'd like to introduce him to everybody here, and if anybody has any questions for him. Would you like to make a statement?
Sure. Sure. My name's Dan Casey, and I'm the CEO of the Economic Development Alliance of St. Clair County. Some of you might have heard of our organization, but we do economic development on behalf of all of the communities in the county, as well as the private sector. We're a membership-based nonprofit organization, and so we provide economic development assistance to communities and also businesses. We attract industry companies to come into the county, and we help our existing companies expand, grow, and solve problems. So we have a lot of training programs, we do job fairs, all kinds of things. We've been out here helping Grace Engineering quite a bit in the last year. They also attended one of our job fairs a few months ago. G5 was also there at the time, so we developed a pretty good relationship with Lou and his team, and we're going to be helping them as they expand in the future. We're also working with another company that's going to be located in the township and building a new building, and so that's the kind of work that we do. We've also assisted communities in getting grants, like Ira Township, you might have heard about the water line that they ran along 26 Mile Road. That's a grant that we wrote for the township. We were both successful in getting it. So we do things like that, and really the way it works best for you and for us is to just make us a resource partner. So when you have a need in your community, there's something you want to try to get accomplished, invite us to come in. We'll come in, we'll look for the situation, we'll meet with companies or individuals, government agencies, whatever is needed, and we'll try to help you identify the right type of grants to accomplish whatever that is. So it could be, building a park, looking for Department of Natural Resources grant money. It could be coastal wetland and coastline preservation or restoration. Whatever it is, we can do all those kinds of things for you. So thanks, and it's nice to be here tonight.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. Other than that, that's all I have. Larry, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, just, I think most of you may know it now, but the elevator was pulled on, July 5th, right?
Yes.
At the community center.
Yeah.
So the elevator's gone, and I think in the future, we're gonna have to, since we can't put one in there, I think we'll have to look at a chairlift or some sort to help the handicap get upstairs. As you know, we didn't budget for it because we couldn't balance the budget, we could take it on, but I think it's something in the future that we certainly gotta look at, so, which we will do, so.
And we
Oh,
want
and
to box
the
that
other
in
thing,
too, Larry.
pardon?
We want to box that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to box that.
Turn it into a closet or something.
Yeah, so, and I think,
Are we
I
gonna
think
have any quotes on that? Like,
No.
no?
I'm just gonna,
No,
I just would.
we're gonna do something that Judy might have some suggestions,
Okay.
so we'll talk to her as well, before we do something with her. And the only other thing is, I did have, with the help of the office staff, have looked at some of the other municipalities around and how they handle their burn pile situation. So I just put it on for information only this time, but we are looking at different ways. maybe,
Solutions for that
and or
issue.
handling it in the future.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's all I have.
Robbie?
Yeah, I was just wondering, I never heard anything back on, over by the laundromat, parking on the sidewalk. I see there's a 2-hour parking sign, I thought we were gonna make that no parking.
Well,
I don't
by
think-
doing that, we
I
were
don't think we
gonna
can.
create a problem with the business owner.
Who's litigious?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it'll make
it actually is gonna create a
Yeah, I
problem.
think
Yeah.
And
it'll hurt his business if we strictly do no
The
parking.
problem.
I've never seen no parking there in my lifetime, so.
Well, the problem with a laundromat, you're carrying heavy stuff, and
Yeah.
you want to be right there at the laundromat, and if you can park at the door. And it really, the only people that it causes concern for is the people coming out of the alley and the people that are right there at that corner. So, I mean,
Well, I didn't have a problem with it to begin with, but we started it and
Right.
bringing it back on it, and it was just.
so
I
we're
forgot
gonna do,
about it.
we're
Get out.
gonna do no action on that?
Well, I thought we were gonna paint a yellow line on the sidewalk so people wouldn't
I
park
could
on the
paint
sidewalk.
the yellow line, it's actually my travels, I was
There will
really
be
seeing.
extension to yellow lines.
Yeah, we did put yellow lines on Main Street in several areas, and I still see some people parking in there, but some people obey it.
But,
You know,
Make around the corners.
yeah, exactly.
yeah, without putting a fence up, like, there's no, I put a line, I think, to certain cars that they like crossing the line, I don't know what it is, but
Right.
it's, and that sidewalk being as wide as it is, the ones that even hit the sidewalk is, what I've seen, where there's quite a bit of room,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's plenty of room there.
There's plenty of room to park there without being on the sidewalk, for sure.
Oh, yes, yes.
All right.
I agree with you.
Anything else, Robbie?
No, that's it.
Frank? Eric?
Nothing's fair.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.